Hello students, this day we will be discussing multiplication of algebraic expressions. This is the third lesson for our second module, and let's begin. When we are multiplying algebraic expressions, the basic rule there is that we must multiply each term of each factor with the other factor. And when we do that, we apply the laws of exponents, and if necessary, we also have to simplify, that is to add or subtract like terms if there are any. When we are multiplying a monomial by another monomial, we are just basically doing the laws of exponents. Let's take a look at some examples. So let's say we are going to multiply 3x squared by 4xy. So we multiply the coefficients, we multiply 3 and 4, and so we get 12, x squared and x, so we get x cubed, and then y does not have any partners, so it still remains as y. So the final answer is 12x cubed y. Now let's say we want to multiply negative 4ab squared with 2ab squared. So negative 4 multiplied to 2 is 8, or negative 8. A times a is a squared, and b squared times b squared is b to the power 4. And if we multiply negative 3m squared n squared with negative 2mn, then we have negative 3 times negative 2 is equal to positive 6. M squared times m is equal to m cubed, and n squared times n is equal to n cubed. When we are multiplying a monomial by a binomial, then we are simply distributing the monomial to each of the terms of the binomial. For example, if we have 3x multiplied to 2x plus 5, then 3x has to multiply to 2x and multiply to 5. So essentially we have 3x times 2x plus 3x times 5. And 3x times 2x will give us 6x squared, while 3x times 5 will give us 15x. Another example, if we have 2ab minus 3a multiplied to 4ab squared, then we will multiply this to here and this to here. So we get 2ab times 4ab squared minus 3a times 4ab squared. And so 2ab times 4ab squared, that is 8a squared b cubed, and 3a times 4ab squared is 12a squared b squared, and of course since we have here a minus, then we also have a minus. Now if we are going to multiply negative 2y to negative 3x minus 4y squared, we will skip the tedious part here of showing the distribution. So we simply do the multiplication right away. Negative 2y times 3x, then we get positive 6xy, and negative 2y multiplied to 4y squared is 8y cubed. When multiplying a monomial by a trinomial, we still follow the same rule. We have to distribute the monomial to each of the three terms of the trinomial. So say for example, we have negative 4y multiplied to 3y squared minus 2y minus 5. Then we have to distribute negative 4y to 3y squared, to minus 2y, and to minus 5. So essentially we get negative 4y times 3y squared minus, so we have a minus here, so we also use a minus, and then we use negative 4y. Note, we do not put the negative here anymore because we already used a minus. The same with this term, so we copied minus 4y, but here it's only positive 5 because we already put the minus in here. And so doing the multiplications, we get negative 12y cubed. We have here a minus and a negative, so that makes it a positive. Another minus and negative, so that's also a positive. If we multiply 5n cubed to 12mn minus 3mn squared plus 4m squared n, so we get 5n cubed times 12mn, that is 60mn to the power 4. 5n cubed multiplied to minus 3mn squared will give us minus 15mn to the power 5. And 5n cubed multiplied to 4m squared n will give us 20m squared n to the power 4. And if we have negative 3a squared bc cubed multiplied to 4ab plus 3bc minus 7abc, so negative 3a squared bc cubed multiplied to 4ab will give us negative 12a cubed b squared c cubed. While multiplying that to 3bc will give us negative 9a squared b squared c to the power 4. And multiplying it to negative 7abc, again, we have here a negative, and this is a minus. So minus negative will give us a positive 21a cubed b squared c to the power 4. Now, when we do multiplication of two binomials, it would be easier if we would follow the FOIL method. Now, the FOIL method is just a guide and not a rule when doing multiplication of binomials. This is just so we are sure that we are able to distribute all of the terms of the first factor with the terms of the second factor. Now, the FOIL is an acronym for first, outer, inner, last. That means we would multiply the first terms first, the outer terms second, the inner terms, and the last terms. And of course, we just add or subtract all those terms depending on what the signs are. For example, x plus 3 multiplied to 2x minus 5. So the first terms are x and 2x, so we get 2x squared. The outer terms are x and minus 5, so we get minus 5x. The inner terms are 3 and 2x, so we get 6x. And the last terms are 3 and negative 5, so we get minus 15. Now we have like terms here, negative 5x and 6x. So our final answer will be 2x squared plus x minus 15. Another example, 4 minus 3y multiplied to 6y plus 7y squared. So again, our first terms are 4 and 6y, so the product is 24y. Our outer terms are 4 and 7y squared, so the product is 28y squared. Our inner terms are minus 3y and 6y, so that gives us minus 18y squared. And the last terms are minus 3y and 7y squared, so we get 21y cubed. So again, we have here like terms, 28y squared minus 18y squared. So we simplify that into 24y plus 10y squared minus 21y cubed. However, take note that like terms may not be always adjacent to each other. So if in case they're not adjacent to each other, you have to look for whatever is the like term of any term. Third example, we have 3a plus b, and then we square that whole binomial. Now, squaring simply means that we are multiplying that to itself. So the square of 3a plus b is just 3a plus b times 3a plus b. So we do the multiplication. Again, the first terms here are the 3a's. So 3a times 3a, we get 9a squared. Outer terms, 3a and b, so we get 3ab. Inner terms are b and 3a, so that's another 3a plus b. and then the last terms are b and b, so that gives us b squared. So again, we have common terms 3ab and 3ab, so we simplify that into 9a squared plus 6ab plus b squared. Another example, 4m squared plus 2n multiplied to minus 3n cubed minus 5m. So again, our first terms here are 4m squared and minus 3n cubed. So that gives us negative 12m squared and cubed. Our outer terms are 4m squared and minus 5m. So that gives us negative 20m cubed. Inner terms are 2n and negative 3n cubed. So that gives us negative 6n to the power 4. And finally, the last terms are 2n and 5m. So we get minus 10nm. So notice in this one, there are no like terms, so this is already the final answer. Final example, let's say we have 3a squared b squared minus 5b squared. Multiply that to negative 2a squared minus 3. So again, these are the first terms, and then that will lead us to negative 6a to the power 4b squared. Outer terms, this gives us this. Inner terms, and we get that. And last terms are this 2, and we get 15b squared. So this time we have again like terms or similar terms, so we can simplify that. So our final answer is negative 6a to the power 4b squared plus a squared b squared plus 15b squared. So now let's get into the multiplication of a binomial by a trinomial. So let's say our binomial is a plus b and our trinomial is x plus y plus z. Now there are many methods that you can use for this, but the method that I'm going to show you is, I believe, an easier way of doing the multiplication, or easier guide. Again, this is just a guide and this is not the rule, so there are other guides or there are other methods that you can use for the multiplication. So first, we multiply the first term of the binomial with each of the terms of the trinomial. So we get ax, then we get ay, then we get a z. So now we have multiplied the first term of the binomial with all of the terms of the trinomial. And then we move on to the second term of the binomial. Multiply that to the first term of the trinomial, multiply to the second term of the trinomial, and multiply to the third term of the trinomial. So with this, we were able to multiply all of the terms of the binomial with all of the terms of the trinomial. Let's look at some examples. So say we want to multiply 3x plus 5 by 2x squared minus 5x plus 4. So 3x multiplied to 2x squared is 6x cubed. Then 3x multiplied to minus 5x is minus 15x. And then 3x multiplied to 4 is 12x. Now we multiply 5 to 2x squared and we get 10x squared. Multiply that to minus 5x and then we get negative 25x. And multiply that to 4 and we get 20. Now we have like terms here, here, and this, and this. So we combine those like terms. So I just rearrange the terms here to make it easier to see, but you don't need to rewrite them. And so our final answer is 6x cubed minus 5x squared minus 13x plus 20. Another example, if we multiply negative 7x cubed plus 5x minus 4, multiply that to 2x minus 2x squared. Now for me, it is easier if I write first the binomial before the trinomial. Although again, you can do other methods, but for me, it works better. So I will rewrite it first as 2x minus 2x squared multiplied to negative 7x cubed plus 5x minus 4. And I can do the distribution. So 2x multiplied to minus 7x cubed, so we get minus 14x squared. 2x multiplied to 5x, we get 10x squared. And then 2x multiplied to minus 4, we get minus 8x. And then now we go to the second term of the binomial. So minus 2x squared multiplied to negative 7x cubed, that will now give us a positive 14x to the power 5. Minus 2x squared multiplied to 5x gives us minus 10x cubed. And finally, minus 2x squared multiplied to minus 4 will give us a plus 8x squared. So again, we will look for like terms. So what we have are this and this. So simplifying or adding those like terms, so we get the final answer, which is negative 14x to the power 4 plus 18x squared minus 8x plus 14x to the power 5 minus 10x to the power 3. So with this, you can arrange the terms so that they are in a descending order. But for now, then we will just stick with this. What is important is that we are able to simply do the multiplication and do the simplification as necessary. That will be the end for this lesson, the third lesson of our second module. Please anticipate the problem set. Have a good day, everyone.